Hey everyone, this is Randolph Parker. So just to add on, again, I'm using the Rocket Book to hand sketch my schematic, which is the emitter follower circuit, running from 20 plus or minus 24 volts supply. Again, I have the discrete components, which is only four, closely in value to do this circuit here. Once I proven this circuit to work close to what we're supposed to get by using the measurement equipment that we have here, then I would go on and to put that circuit, redo that circuit in the digital platform, which where I use Circuit Lab. Again, these are methods that I use to promote, not to promote, but to record, store my findings, so to speak. So I'm not here to promote these products, as I also use Google Drive, and Microsoft OneDrive, depending where I am with certain things. So I go back and forth, and I find both the product equally good. So I have no problem using Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive. And I stumble upon Circuit Lab, and I'm used to it, so I just stay there, right? But with the Rocketbook, I'm able to use less paper when jotting down notes and stuff like that, or not really putting information so much on post-it notes, which I have tons of post-it notes running, laying around the lab, upstairs, downstairs, in my office. But I do find the ease of using the Rocketbook, and then again, I will admit I don't always take pictures of the circuit because I use the um, Circuit Lab. But if I wanted to talk to a colleague into if it's a real complex type of circuit, I would then go ahead and take a picture with my phone, and I can send it to my email or whatever destination I have set up in my system, where it go to my email, it go to Facebook or whatever I got set up. And normally it's just to my email, and then I would take it and resave the handwritten version into a cloud folder, and that's what I would do. But um, I'm not here promoting the Signet or the Regal, whatever tools that's on the market. I think I would promote my references books. I think having good books, references books, is always, hard versions of them is great to have. I can just go right to my let me just show you here real quick. Let me just so um my reference books. I'm always, I use tons of books, and I love my books. Let's see, focus here. Little folk. Okay. So I have tons of books that I use. So right here we go here. Okay, so back to my handwritten schematic that I use, and as you can see, components there that I'm going to be using. So again, the components I'm going to be using is a transistor, capacitor, and 3 resistors. And I'm going to use the 2 power supplies that I have here. On the bench here. So I'm going to be using those 2 power supplies for the plus or minus 24 volts. And that's what we have here. So back, give you an overlook of the setup here. It's just a setup here. This is one side of the office lab where I do most of the electrical build and prototyping, we should say. And that's where I do most of that there. And here in this area of the other side of the office where I have more room to do mostly my mechanical build up and my final product. If I have any 3D enclosures that I built, normally I don't have many, but I do build a few, because what I do is pretty much on a small scale, just a box, draw some holes out, add some pots, potentiometers, switches, whatever the case may be. So I don't need to, if I need a bigger box, I would just probably go to Amazon or AliExpress to find some type of enclosure. I can just drill holes and stuff like that. But this is my mechanical side of the office, and where I keep most of the parts and stuff like that. As you can see, zoom out, and I have my little board here. Behind that board, there's some power bank boxes that I use to finish some builds, and then I wanted to modify and go back and do them later, but it didn't have the opportunity. So here, just give you an idea. Other part of the office where I have 3 laptops, have some tablets and stuff like that, where I'm using some type of night gear switch. Small network, nothing. I mean, when I say small, it's a real small network. But as you see in that corner, I have the remainder. You can see, get an idea of my books, my collection of my reference books that I use, anywhere from electronics, from coding, statistics. Some, you gotta have some good physics books. So I like the one in the corner, conceptual physics. It's a great book. So there's a lot of good books that you should have. So yeah, great reference books to have. I use by far. I love all the areas of technology. So I from time to time I will reference these books because I have been doing this for about 30 years, so you forget a lot. So currently I'm in aerospace, so that's where when these books come in handy, where I forget certain things, I need to reference certain circuits or certain codes or whatever and build stuff like that. Here on this wall, you see. Here on this wall, I have certain certificates that I did I took some classes. I taken through Coursera, some Arduino coding embedded. One was from University of California, so one I actually I did what's it called that I forget skip Edgeor I believe, but that was C through Dartmouth College C programming, getting started with that, and I have a certificate from long time ago with MCSC A plus Network Plus through Alpha Train. That was in Union, New Jersey back in late '90s. And then to the left of those certificates, I have my currently I have my 3 degrees. I have my undergraduate from Thomas Edison State University, both my associates and my undergraduate, both in engineering and technical studies, and I have my diploma from DeVry Institute in the early '90s, late '80s. Currently, I'm waiting for my master's in information technology with a concentration of software development app. So that's cap off my career. Just you know, Southern New Hampshire, great school. Thomas Edison State University, another great school. I highly recommend both. However, DeVry back in the '90s got me started into this industry, so DeVry is dear to my heart. And the DeVry of the '90s, we did a lot of hands-on, worked on a lot of companies, business corporations like Motorola, HP, Intel. We used the 8085 processor, Intel processors. So this is back in the late '80s, early '90s, working on a lot of different companies, equipment and concepts and theories. So big up to DeVry, definitely. And Thomas Edison, great school for adults to further their education. If you're a busy adult, Thomas Edison State University and Southern New Hampshire University, I recommend them both. Awesome. I just can't wait to get my master's coming soon in the mail. So I'm really can't wait for that. That's definitely is gonna be highlighting my life. Just completing that. So yeah, this is almost a 360 of the office, of the lab office slash. Well, that's what I do. So thank you guys for spending your evenings with me. I see you. Enjoy always.